Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for the annual DG Q&A. I think I've got around 20 questions. I've kind of structured it so some of the more serious questions are at the beginning and then kind of the one-offs are towards the end. So we're going to get started. The first thing I wanted to say, guys, it happened yesterday. I was talking about the bots, and I appreciate my fans coming to my aid and trying to keep the bots away from me. Someone in the comments says, I was thinking the creator could block the bots, meaning that I could block all of the bots that comment on the YouTube videos, my videos, other people's videos, whatever. I personally can block these bots. I've probably blocked about 200 of them, guys. The issue is the bots, the way the bots accounts get created is through another bot. So it's like there's an infinite number of bots. There's a bot infestation within Google right now. So no matter how many bots that I block, because at the beginning when these things first showed up, I was blocking them left and right. And then, there's just so many. So yes, I can block this account. It doesn't matter. There's infinite accounts. It's an infestation. You can't get rid of them, because they have algorithms where these Google accounts that they're making to comment this stuff, it is through another bot. So it's an infinite number of accounts that can be made. And what are they even commenting? Trending adult porn videos. No one would even click on this anyways. Guys, it's even worse with cryptocurrency. If you want to get into cryptocurrency, I would proceed with major caution if you're new to crypto, because 99% chance if you ask for help doing crypto on the internet, it is someone trying to take your money. Because with crypto, it's all anonymous. So that's like a beacon for, illegal activity and stealing on there. So guys, thank you for coming to my aid. I thought it was funny. I was literally talking about the bots, and then a bot frickin' comments it. They get caught red-handed. Derek. Yeah, I'm sure. Derek, right? It's some Indian, frickin' bot account, whatever. Goodbye to the Mac Dinosaur. Thank God. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting rid of my... Well, I still am going to keep my Mac. This is a $1,000 computer here. We're going to keep this, but guys, I got to buy an Xbox One. I'm getting my gaming PC in a week. It is great. Do live streams where you interact with fans and people can throw you super chats. So the issue, number one, there is no way with this computer. I can barely even record OBS on this computer without it lagging or skipping frames. That's how bad this computer is, because it's just not suited for that type of thing. I don't even know if I could, I would have to probably go to an apartment or something, or try and get better internet with my apartment or something like that before I could live stream, I would think. I just can't wait to get my new computer, and it should run great and stuff, but even live streaming with that, I probably need better internet. Personally, that's what I think. Gaining 200 subs a day, do you really need to change the content? So yeah, guys, this is a very tough for me, because I came into YouTube, and there are several questions like this. I was like, I'm changing my content. I can't, the issue became, I never wanted YouTube to be a job. With college football, could I make $3,000 a month? Could I make $3,500 a month with my schedule? And I'm sure a lot of people know my schedule. It's the same crap. It's the college football predictions on Monday. It's the best bets on Monday. It's the NFL predictions on Tuesday. It's the upset picks. It's the parlays. There's like 7 or 8 videos where I don't even have to think per week. I can just pump these videos out and make $100 a day off ad revenue, although that's going lower because YouTube's like, we're in a recession, whatever. But the question becomes, am I really growing? Because guys, what's happening with my subs, and I'm just being honest, what's happening is I'm gaining a lot of subs off of these NFL picks videos, but those subs that I'm gaining are not watching my other content. So it's almost like I'm fake growing. And I know, that's kind of, it's going to happen. Not every one of your subs is going to watch all your content. I understand that. But I've noticed I'll gain 200 subscribers off of one like NFL Week 2 picks that had 22,000 views or whatever. I mean, you're going to make like 90, $100 off of that, depending on how much YouTube is paying. But those subscribers that I'm getting, they're not engaging with any of my other content. And they're not even engaging because I would do the NFL videos and then I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm getting NFL subscribers. So now I can make more NFL videos because I have NFL people that are going to want to watch that content, and nobody was watching it. The only traction I have gotten with the NFL on YouTube is when I release the video every Tuesday, NFL picks and predictions. That video is going to get 13K, 15K views throughout the week. And obviously, there's a strategy to releasing it early in the week. You want it to have the most potential for growth, because if I release a video like NFL picks for week 4, you would want to release that right at the beginning when people start talking about week 4. So the Tuesday after the Monday night game. And then it has all Tuesday people can watch, all of Wednesday people can watch, Thursday people can watch, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, the video's dead. NFL week 4 or week 3, whatever it is, predictions, that video dies when week 3 kicks off. It dies because there's no point in looking at predictions when the games are happening and then obviously after it. So my content, guys, it's become more of a job. I want to grow. I want to get real subscribers. I want to make content that I love to make. And it's one of those things where it's like, I got some momentum where it's just kind of a quirk with the YouTube thing where they push out the realignment videos. I don't know why, but they push out the realignment videos really hard. And it's like I got so many unique viewers from that. I made almost 5K in the month of July in revenue, and I've gotten about $10,000. And it's like, all right, now I have a base. What do I do with that? I'm at a crossroads. Do I keep going down this road and just stack money up, but I'm only making $2,000 or $3,000, and the subs I'm gaining, I'm not really growing. It's like artificial growth because the people that are subscribing to my channel are not watching my other videos. So guys, that's just my thought process right now. There's other questions that we can talk about, but happy birthday, DG. Also thought your channel was doing pretty well recently. Now, so yeah, people are confused. I appreciate that. My birthday is next week on Wednesday. It's the 28th. But yeah, when it comes to my channel, I mean, it's definitely, I've never had this much success on YouTube. And I mean, I've never made, thousands of dollars a month on YouTube. So certainly it's doing well, but I've always been someone that I feel like I'm limiting my potential. Obviously, if I shifted, immediately I would notice a significant decrease. Immediately, because I've been doing YouTube long enough. You're not just going to switch and grow. It's like the one thing I'm dreading, it's like, am I starting over? Because it's like, do I find a happy medium where I post college football videos some days? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really at a crossroads right now, guys, honestly. You're still going to do college football, right? Yeah, it's just, it can't be like, it was just, for me, too much. I love college football. College football has got to be my favorite. I mean, it has to be my favorite sport. Good Lord. With how much I've talked about it. Could you imagine? I'm like, no, the NBA is my favorite. No, I would say, I mean, definitely, for me, when I was younger, I loved the NFL probably even more, but it's definitely switched. I've fallen out of love with the NFL. I'll still watch it because I love watching football. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to, I still like talking about college football and stuff like that. Do you have an OnlyFans? Yes, I'm one of the top, the top 0.5%? Is that what they call, the top creators? When girls brag about, I'm the top 0.5. Yeah, no, I do not have an OnlyFans. I'm sure that, that was a joke comment. What content do you want to focus on? Vlogs or politics? Guys, politics on YouTube is a total dead end, at least in my opinion. It's impossible. If you're starting a YouTube channel in 2022 and you are making it a political channel, I pray for you. I pray for you. I think after the 2016 election, when Trump won, there were a lot of Democrats that blamed social media and magnifying and allowing these kind of more conservative voices to be entwined with the algorithm And a lot of that has been censored, and pretty much even the Democrat, like, they're censoring pretty much everything when it comes to politics on Twitter, YouTube, everything like that. It's a waste of time. At least right now, it's a waste of time. It's almost like the strategy, if you really want to talk politics, the strategy is to make completely different content to get your channel bigger, and then switch to politics when you have a fan base. Like, that's how crazy, at least in my opinion, it is. And we're seeing, when it comes to growth on YouTube in particular, the market is so saturated. When it comes to people my age, most of them are getting big off of TikTok, and then they're transitioning their fan base from TikTok to YouTube. Like, they get 10 million subscribers on TikTok, or followers, whatever it's called, and then obviously not all of those are going to cross over. Maybe you get 500K to cross over, 300K, something like that. That's how most people are growing. It's like, this is what I would describe the YouTube market if you're starting in 2022. It's like cooking a chicken that's supposed to be cooked for 10 minutes on each side, cooking the chicken for an hour. It's just like, that's how burnt up. It's so saturated. I love doing vlogs. I love making content like that. Things like I would love to do stuff like that personally. I think you should continue a little with college football and NFL because you're getting good views. Yeah, I mean, dude, that is the crossroads I'm at right now. It's like, do I just keep trying to stockpile money? Maybe 1 or 2 videos a week on that stuff is all you need. Yeah, the NFL, I could basically cut it down to 1 video every Tuesday. Because that's really the only video that gets me views, and it gets me really good views. But again, it creates artificial growth. Like, you guys see that I have, 12,000 subscribers, and I guess in theory that is good, because if a new person comes to my channel, having 12,000 subscribers versus having 2,000, it's going to give me more credibility for newer people to subscribe to me because they see that I have some type of fan base. But it's just tough. Like, I know I'm gaining subscribers, and I'd say 95% of them just don't even, I don't even, these people just don't interact with my other content. And I'm not blaming them. This is what YouTube is. It's my fault. I have to find a solution for it. And then it says, you said you're getting a new Xbox. Are you going to start doing gaming content? Yeah, man, if I ever got really big, I would love to just turn the stream on and play something and talk to people. But, I mean, I just don't have that luxury right now. Like, if I started streaming something that I liked, I'd get 3 viewers maybe. Right? I mean, it's all relative. Like, if I have 1 million subscribers, I would love to turn the stream on and just interact with chat. Absolutely. I don't have the following for that. Right? And yet, you just have to admit it. Are you going to try and stay in the Ohio? I have no clue where I'm going. I've had some moving issues in the past, but yeah, I don't know. Keep at it, DG. Your videos are awesome. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate the support. I know you've supported me for a while. Bro lives in Michigan and is an Ohio State fan. No, I actually don't live in Michigan. I don't know if there was something in the vlog that maybe almost gave it away or something, but no, I do not live in Michigan. When are you moving out? Yeah, so hopefully really soon. I want to get my gaming PC. I want to get everything set up. And then also I need to get my Xbox and stuff. But I have enough money stockpiled to where I could survive at least for 5 months out, on my own. And obviously the situation, with my family, with me, I guess, being a YouTuber, right? It's very foreign to older people, and it's a situation where there's a level of embarrassment that my mom faces when talking about me, and I think it's all normal, and I don't blame, because when you're a parent, when you're a good parent, and my mom is a really good parent, and you kind of feel a burden to make sure your children are somewhat successful in life. And you got to understand with older people, it's very tough for them to understand, like, when you talk about your kids, like, I have a brother and he did all the college crap and he's got a job now and a degree or whatever, I don't even know. I didn't. So I'm seen as almost like a failure, and it's tough for my mom to talk about me. So the whole family dynamic, like, I need to get out of here. and hopefully get with people that understand. Like, I'm so far, like, with the internet and with all that, like, I just want to connect with people, and I've always wanted, my opinion out there. And I had the choice. I mean, my mom, like, I'll be honest with you guys, my college would have been paid for. And it's not like I had a freaking scholarship, because I didn't. My parents were financially responsible. They had money saved up. Literally, you see all these kids $100,000 in debt. I had the option to go to college. I didn't get great grades, and I wasn't getting, any sort of scholarship, but I could go to college and not face literally zero debt, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I said that whole situation, I've always been someone who looks at 95% of the world and what they do, and you go to college for 4 years and you get a degree and you work for someone, and you've got people working until they're 65, and then you retire and your life is already over. Fuck that. Why do some people get to do whatever they want? They're all rich, they don't have to, and then they want the rest of us just to work for 40 years in our prime? Are you fucking kidding? I'm not doing that. So I've always been someone that's like, no, I'm not doing it. My thought process, obviously, as a young person, completely ignorant. When I'm 17, 18, I'm dumb. Now that I'm older, I still am, not developed and things like that. But the one thing in the thought process that has remained the same is creating content. That is the one thing. I'll change on certain things, certain issues, but it's make content, it's do this. That is the one thing that's remained for me. And then we've got a major question here. How did you get the name Depressed Ginger? I don't know how depression gets diagnosed. When I was 18, I think I don't even know how you diagnose depression, but I think I got diagnosed with it when I was 18. They gave me antidepressants, and then I had another channel, and obviously I'm a ginger, and people would comment that I'm a ginger, stuff like that. So I just wanted to embrace it. And honestly, it's the name is actually, people don't really make fun of me for being a ginger, because it's weird. It's actually worked. But I love being a ginger. This is totally natural, normal hair color. I did not dye this. I think it makes me stand out. If I ever got famous, I would be extremely easy to remember just based off of my hair color. And then I also have, if I had ginger eyebrows, I would be pretty pissed. But the fact that my eyebrows are dark and I have the red hair, I think it's a good look. I don't dye my eyebrows. That's just their natural color. How long have you been a Browns fan? I'm really not much of a So the whole Browns situation, I loved rooting for the Browns when I was younger and the Browns sucked. Now, it's been weird. Like, the Browns went from being horrible and sucking. They get Baker. They get a little bit of a fan base, and they're like the lovable underdog. And then they trade for Deshaun Watson, and everyone hates them. The Browns situation is weird, but I was a Browns fan when I was young. It was more fun being a Browns fan when they sucked, and because I would root for the Browns to lose, because I loved when we would have high draft picks. It was just more fun. I don't know, but now obviously with the Deshaun Watson situation, it's like it's so polarizing for people and stuff. But it's just more the fact that I've kind of lost some love for the NFL. Again, I'll watch it casually. Obviously, on Sunday, there's not, it's on, that's what you watch, right? So I like football and stuff like that, but I've kind of fallen out of love for the NFL. Favorite NFL player of all time? I don't know. So this is a funny story. Back in 2012, it was the first year I ever played fantasy football, and I drafted Adrian Peterson, 11th overall in a 12-team league, coming 5 months off an ACL tear or whatever, and Adrian Peterson that season. And I had RG3. So this was my first year of fantasy in 2012, young. I had RG3 rookie year, crazy. Obviously, RG3 messed up his knee, but he had a crazy rookie year running the ball. You guys remember that run he had against the Vikings down the sideline, like 76-yard touchdown? I had him in fantasy. And then I had Adrian Peterson was just like 2,000 yards that season. I'll always, like Adrian Peterson for that. And then your least favorite player in NFL, I've always thought Mike Evans was annoying, to be completely honest, but it's not that I don't know. I've always thought he was annoying. Worst moment in NFL history, I don't know, man, about the NFL, honestly, to be completely honest. Who is your GOAT and why? So I was somebody that was kind of, I think you have to give it to Brady at this point. The whole Tom Brady thing, maybe I'll talk about this in a vlog. Guys, I think I called the exact Tom Brady situation. When he retired, I said his wife is making him retire. It seems like that's what happened. Then he comes back. His wife is freaking pissed. She's almost like demanding a divorce. And you look at Tom Brady this season, he is pissed at everything on the sideline because his marriage is falling apart. Or I don't know if it's falling. I don't want to speculate on that, but I would say, you have to go with Tom Brady. Even if Tom Brady is not the most talented, he's won so much to where it just overcounts even if he's not the most talented. He's just won so much. When he won that ring with Tampa Bay, I think everyone was like, how can we just say, it's just impossible. Do you think Alabama will be dethroned this year? I think a lot of people think Alabama is going to lose now. I didn't have Alabama winning before the season, but now I think it's a pretty mainstream opinion with Alabama, with Alabama, the receivers, things like that. A lot of people think Bama will not win the title this year. The one thing with Bama, they have an absurd defense. So it's a situation, if they can somehow figure out, they still have Bryce Young too and a good running back. They got to figure it out, but they still have a crazy defense. I don't think they win. I think Ohio State wins this year. I know people think Georgia. I don't see Georgia going back-to-back. It's so hard to go back-to-back in any sport in North America. It's just, in any North American sport, it's just almost impossible. Rank the 5 worst Power 5 teams in college football. So this is always a fun discussion. Definitely, I think at this point, Power 5, Colorado is the worst. I would say Georgia Tech is the clear 2. I would probably say Northwestern, with how bad they've been. Maybe Nebraska, because they lost to Northwestern, but Nebraska still has good talent. Those teams would be down there. I don't have a list in front of me, unfortunately, but it would be some of those teams. And then when it comes to FBS, it's a crazy race for the worst team in FBS this year. You've got Florida International. You've got UConn. You've got UMass. You've got Hawaii. There is a major, major race for who. New Mexico State, right? It's going to be interesting to see who ends up as the worst team in college football. Are you going to start doing vlogs again? I hope, man. Dude, let me just tell you this about the vlogs. If I was growing off of vlogs, if I was getting whatever, 2,000, 3,000 views, getting subscribers, I'd be just 90% of my content would be vlogs, to be completely honest with you. You have to evolve and you have to try and do something that people are going to watch and click on. And that's why, I don't even, the problem is I title my, it's just tough for me to create content solely in a vlog style that is entertaining. Or not even that's entertaining. It might be entertaining to get people to click on it, to get it in the algorithm. That's where it becomes challenging for me. Top 10 favorite college football games you've ever watched. This dude's asking like I've got a memorized list of I'll say the Clemson-Ohio State game during the pandemic year was crazy when Justin Fields took that hit and just threw for 5 touchdowns. I'll say the Baker Mayfield-Patrick Mahomes game in the era where the Big 12 didn't play defense. I think Joe Mixon had 250 receiving yards in that game. Look it up. It is crazy. A running back had 200 receiving yards. The Big 12. You got Oklahoma never played any defense. Texas Tech never played any defense. TCU with Trayvon Boykin never played any defense. Baylor never played any defense with Bryce Petty. That was awesome. Big 12 football. And now they're like the opposite. Now Oklahoma State never played any defense. Brandon Whedon, Justin Blackman, Dez Bryant. And now they're all the opposite. Now they're all Baylor's defensive-minded. Oklahoma State with Knowles. Now he's gone, but they were kind of defensive-minded. So it's interesting how it's shifted. But that game, the Baker Mayfield Mahomes, I think Mahomes threw 82 passes or something. You guys remember when Dwayne Haskins threw 73 passes against Purdue when Ohio... I literally at the end of the game, I was like, How is it even possible to throw 73 passes in a Big Ten game? But Dwayne Haskins threw 73 passes in a game. What is your worst movie theater experience? I would have to say the worst movie I've ever seen in a theater is Us. That is the movie title by Jordan Peele. I believe it was during March Madness when I saw it. It is the single worst movie I've seen in my life based on its budget. Based on how big its budget is, it is the movie Us, U.S., is horrible. It is a terrible, terrible movie, and it was not a fun experience. I'm trying to update, look at the March Madness scores, horrible movie going on, not fun. Opinion on America, like sports, media, and life in country. Also, what should college football do to increase excitement? So that's, I could spend an hour on this question. I guess that's pretty vague. I don't know, man. I think America, I think people we're kind of at a crossroads. There's so much manipulation and propaganda going on via social media. We've got so many young people that unfortunately really don't have any political opinions, that are really forming their political opinions off of propaganda that's fluctuating on social media. Because what is the one place all 18-year-old girls, all 17-year-old guys are on? They're all on Twitter. They're all on TikTok. They're all on these apps. And unfortunately, politicians, people, political parties, they see this. They want to take advantage of it. So I think we're in an era of major propaganda via social media, especially among young people. There's a lot of young people being targeted who really don't have full-formed thoughts on politics, and they're being kind of told to think a certain way. I'm trying to, remain politically neutral on that, but that's what I think. And then what should college football do? I think, the 12-team playoff is certainly a thing that will be 100% beneficial for college football. It's just going to allow so many more teams the chance. Because, guys, look at baseball right now. There's teams that are going to the playoffs that many people think have no chance, but their fan bases are so excited they're going to the playoffs. That's going to be the same thing with college football. Think about a team like Utah. You know how excited their fan base would be right now, where they know they suffer the week 1 loss on the road at Florida. It's tough. It's a close game. They lose on an interception. They come back and they're like, listen, it's a 12-team playoff. We just got to win. Let's just win. We can get back in. We have a chance. It's going to give more teams a chance. It will be good in the long run. Will it make Ohio State's regular season more boring? Yes. Will it make Alabama's regular season more boring? Yes. But I think the sacrifice of that for more teams having the potential ability to make the playoffs will be worth it, because Ohio State has the biggest fan base in college football. They're going to watch no matter what. Alabama has a massive fan base. They're going to watch no matter what. Having the more excitement, the more games, and then, of course, the whole issue with the New Year's 6 games being basically meaningless like they were. We were seeing players sit out of the Rose Bowl. We were seeing quarterbacks, running backs sit out of the Peach Bowl. The matchups became meaningless. So the biggest thing, in my opinion, is the expanded playoff. And trying to get some sort of parity in college football, because the one thing I keep hearing these NFL people say, and they rub all of the ratings, and we were trying to be happy about the 10 million people that watched the Ohio State Notre Dame game and the 10 million people that watched the Alabama-Texas game, and then the NFL people are just like, yeah, well, we just had Sunday night and it gets 22 million people. It's like, okay. And they all say, oh, there's no parity. Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, that's it. Georgia, that's it. That's the number one gripe the casual fans have about college football. I don't know how parity gets solved. Maybe Nick Saban retires and we solve it at least a little bit. But it's tough because you still have Ohio State, Georgia, teams like that. What is your opinion on politics, future political videos? I know YouTube doesn't like certain ideas and the whole censorship stuff. Just thought I'd ask, what are your plans on moving forward with YouTube? So I think I've discussed most of this in this video. So with the politics, I think any type of political video with YouTube, people just don't want to watch that content on YouTube. YouTube is, like, you look at someone like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast brags about being a YouTube analytics, YouTube algorithm master. He said he studied the YouTube algorithm. And you know what Mr. Beast learned from studying the YouTube algorithm? You need to make content for really young kids, because that's the major demographic on YouTube. That's the kind of content that he makes. Locking myself in a box for an hour, things like, and then people copy it, and that's the type of content. People don't go to YouTube looking for someone to share their thoughts on abortion. Like, it's just not politics on YouTube. It, to me, at least from what I've seen, it's so hard to grow. It's almost like if you really wanted to try and have a voice in politics, I would suggest, instead of just jumping into YouTube, look at your options. There's so many other platforms. Of course, the drawback to going to another platform, YouTube has the biggest audience by far, but it's also the most saturated. So it's just something, I think politics is just, also it's like, if you're superstitious, if you have a channel and you're making money, you kind of have something to lose if you start uploading political videos and you get on YouTube's radar and they're like, we don't like this. You know, they could demonetize me tomorrow and say, oh, it's because you said this at this point, and I can't do anything about it. I don't have the fan base to say, hey guys, let's rise up. This is ridiculous. This is unbelievable. So it's like when you're a smaller creator, you're powerless and you're kind of just walking on eggshells when it comes to politics with YouTube when you're a smaller creator. Because at least if you're bigger and something happens to where you get banned, your fan base is like, what the hell is this? We're going to fight this. We're going to get this trending on Twitter. That's where that whole thing comes in. So yeah, probably not politics, man. I don't, like, I'm also really young and people don't care about hearing politics from young people. It just, which I completely get. Trust me, I completely get it. And then the thoughts on YouTube, I have no clue, man. It's so tough with YouTube right now with me and what I'm going to do. I mean, I have ideas. I have the million view ideas in my head, but how do I make those happen? How do I build a team? How do I create the content the right way? I've got the ideas, I think, in my head. I've got the niches in my head, but it's like, how do you create that? Did you get a chance to watch the Hawaii-Michigan game? So this is funny. So yeah, you guys remember the Hawaii-Michigan game? This dude is talking about I think the lead announcer, the woman. Horrible product, dude. I did not watch the game, but I heard Michigan fans bitching about this. Completely bitching about it. And yeah, I don't know if the Big Ten, they need to invest into better, more quality things, announcer stuff like that, especially with more money they're getting. The Big Ten Network in general has been something that there's been major issues with the content that they air. They're playing women's volleyball, the things. It's like, what are they doing? We'll see if they can get better with the new money they're getting from the TV deal. So what are your thoughts on this, the NIL? Yeah, so the NIL stuff, guys, I'm pretty much done talking about it. I just kind of thought at some point it's a waste of time for me to talk about it. I'm a young guy. I don't care. I think my final NIL, or maybe I'll give another video on it, but my final NIL message, I understand. I love capitalism. You should get what you're worth, but we can also point out the major issues that come with giving a 16-year-old kid $5 million. We can point them out. There's going to be major problems, folks. Let's be honest. What is the worst live event you've been? This is the final question. What is the worst live event you've been to? Could be a sports game, concert, etc. So this is actually maybe my own fault, but it was just something that happened when I was younger. Maybe I was 8 or 9. We went to this show downtown, and I got me and my brother both had nightmares from it. It was this thing where this dude was on stilts and he was walking over us, and it was like a guy on stilts, and it was really dark and we were young, and it scarred me for life. But also in terms of sporting events, I really haven't gone to many sporting events recently. I think if you're in a suite, it's fun, but going to a football game, to me, is brutal, man. Especially NFL, those fans, and just bro, that's it's if you're sitting in the upper deck, to me, it's bad. Baseball is a fun sport to go see because it's very peaceful. I used to go to about, maybe 9 or 10 MLB games a year when I was younger. I haven't gone to one in probably 3 or 4 years. And basketball, yeah, I mean, I had a story with the Cavs once where I ended up eating corn and then throwing up, but other than that, I mean, we went to a few Cavs. There's an interesting story with one Cavs game, but I'm not going to get into that. But guys, that is going to do it for my official Q&A. This video, looks like 35, 36 minutes, whatever. Kind of what I expected here, just rambling on, answering probably 15 to 20 questions. But that's going to do it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.